Hey everyone, Brian here, and welcome to EVE Online. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I playing EVE Online? Actually that's because I'm really enjoying it. So it's kind of funny because I've been planning to put an online game on my channel for a while now. So I went out and, I got some suggestions from people, and I tried a bunch of games out. And I tried League of Legends, and I tried Dota 2, and I tried Team Fortress 2, and I tried, just a bunch of different free-to-play games that are massively multiplayer online. And, it's funny because a lot of them just weren't for me. And maybe they'd be more fun if I was, like, actively playing with you guys or actively playing with people that I know. But they just weren't for me. And then I got into EVE Online. I almost didn't, too, because when I was reading up on it, it sounded brutal. For anyone who doesn't know, EVE Online is a massively multiplayer online game set in space. Now, that seems fairly simple on the surface until you get into how much is involved in this game, just how deep this rabbit hole goes. And I'm sure that we'll get into it. I'm not gonna, spend time going through every feature that I've learned about and stuff, but like you can just pop this open here and here's my character sheet, and so my spaceship command, I have 11 spaceship command skills. I have to learn how to command each different ship individually. And then navigation, I have 7 different navigation skills, and that's not even all of them. Like, it's just ridiculous. There's so much to this game. But the reason that I really want to play this game for my channel is because I've been thinking about the direction that I want to take with my channel. And anyone who's following me either on Twitter or Facebook, or even just on YouTube recently, will know that I've recently set up a Patreon account. And absolutely, if you're interested in that, please take a look. The link will be in the description down below, as well as at the end of the video. But the direction that I kind of want to take for my channel is to look at what makes a good game. Like, what elements of game design make a game compelling, make a game engaging, make people want to keep coming back and playing the game. And anyone who's read anything about EVE Online will know that the system is brutal. PvP is brutal. There's a saying, the best piece of advice that I found when I was reading up on EVE Online is literally, don't pilot anything you can't afford to replace. And it's absolutely true. I've only played through the tutorial missions, and I've lost 3 ships already. Now, one of those was plot driven because it was just it's part of the storyline for the tutorial mission, and one of those was my own stupidity taking my ship into space that I shouldn't have been in yet. But that aside, 3 ships, and I'm not even done all of the tutorial missions yet. So that gives you an idea of just how brutal this game is. And when you lose a ship, it's not like respawning in any other MMO where you get to keep all of your equipment. My ship and its parts are not my equipment like MMOs. Like WoW, you have your sword and your armor and your shield, and all of that stuff is equipment. And yes, maybe it gets damaged when you die, but you still have it. No, in EVE Online, if you get blown up, your ship is blown up. And yes, your character gets to respawn, but your ship doesn't. And so, that leads a lot of people to think, well, that's hardly a good design. No one's going to want to play that if they have to start over each time they die. But it's actually not that hard, because I'll just pop this open here and we'll take a look. This is my inventory as it's stored in this space station here. But I also have a ship hangar, and you'll see, wow, look at all my ships. Each of these ships has different functions, of course. I have these two here. These are cargo vessels. And then I have, all of these right here, and these are different types of, either battleships or exploration vessels or what have you. But I have ships. Like, as long as I can come back to my hangar and take out a new ship, I'm not starting completely from scratch. Yes, I will also lose all of my equipment that's loaded on that ship, the fittings for my ship. Open that up here in a sec. Like you can see here, this is my mining vessel, the Venture. I love this ship so far, gotta tell ya. But, so I have some mining lasers on it, and I have a scavenging unit. And I have, just some standard upgrades. But altogether, this ship would cost me probably less than 1 million in-game credits to completely replace. And given that I don't know, where's my wallet? I don't see my wallet here. I must have, I don't see it. But I do actually have more than enough money to replace it. Sorry, to replace all of my equipment several times over. Where is my wallet? I thought for sure I had a wallet that showed me how much credits I had. ISK. ISK is the credits. I can't remember what the ISK stands for. But anyway, I'm talking too much again. Jeez, I have such a bad habit for that. What we're going to do, so I've run through most of the tutorial. I did the basic tutorial, and I've also run through most of these. These are the agent missions. There are 5 agents, and each of them offers between 5 and 10 starter missions. And I've run through them all already. Mostly. I haven't done the advanced military. That's what I'm going to do on camera today. But I did most of them because the last thing that I wanted to do was just boot up this game and start recording it and play through all of this stuff only to have me abandon the series down the road because I didn't like the game. I wanted to get in, make sure that I liked the game, and make sure that I at least knew a little bit how to play it. So, what we're going to do first is I'm actually going to fit out a new ship. Because starting this advanced military career path, and then later on starting one of the, they call them epic arcs, starting one of the epic arcs later on, I'm going to need a pure combat vessel, which I don't have right now. I have my mining vessel, and I have this. This is a cargo vessel, which I used to, move a whole bunch of stuff from one spaceport to the other. But I also have, this is my, oh, I need to go to my ship hangar, actually. I also have this is an Incursus, and it's apparently a very good starter ship for a combat ship. And I'm going to make that ship active here. And we're going to jump over here. There we go. There's my Incursus. That's a neat little, it's a cute little ship. Oh, it's so adorable. I love it. Oh my god. I haven't actually seen this ship up close yet because I've been piloting that mining vessel forever. But what I'm going to do, I've actually received a mail from the leader. I joined an alliance in order to get some help with learning how to play and, just for general socializing and whatnot. But they sent me a build, I guess you would call it in another game. In EVE Online, they call them fittings. So they sent me this, and that brings me to my first topic of discussion for game design. And that is around the idea of a first-order optimal strategy. So, now that's a term, first-order optimal strategy. I'm not sure who initially came up with that term, but where I heard it on a show, a YouTube show called Extra Credits, which is just really awesome. If you have any interest in game design at all, definitely recommend that you check them out. But the concept behind first-order optimal strategies is something that I've been familiar with for almost as long as I've been gaming. The idea is that there is a direct correlation between skill input and power output. So the more skill something requires, the more powerful it should be. And that is absolutely the case in EVE Online. However, a first-order optimal strategy is something that has a low skill requirement with a high power output. And the reason that's important in game design is because it provides an entry level. It's never going to be the best strategy. That is, this ship, which I consider to be a first-order optimal strategy, it's never going to be the best in the game. There are always going to be better strategies, better fittings, better ships available when you have the skill and the resources in the game to get them and know how to use them. But a new player coming into the game for the first time, if they have to figure everything out for themselves and you don't give them the opportunity to make use of a first-order optimal strategy, they're just going to get killed over and over and over again and eventually quit your game. Nobody wants that. Nobody who's making a game wants someone to quit before they've even started. So, a first-order optimal strategy gives a new player the opportunity to have fun, to do well enough at the game to learn how to play the game. And that's what a first-order optimal strategy is. So that's what this ship design is that I was sent. So this is all like gonna get very cluttered up here. There are so many windows, so many things to keep track of. It's absolutely insane. So I have my inventory here. I've already gone ahead and purchased all of the components that I require to actually make this ship. So the first thing that we need are 3 150mm prototype Gauss guns. And I have acquired for myself, where are they? There they are. 3 150mm prototype Gauss guns. And then we just fit these to the active ship. We could also drag them into the slots that we need to do. I mean, either way, whatever works, you know, do what you want to do, however you want to play it. Okay, second, we need 2 eutectic compact, oh, that's the capacitor rechargers. So that's for my power system, because each ship has a power limit. You can't just keep installing components and hope that the ship is going to fly. It won't. Right now my power is stable, and I can sustain all of the modifications on my ship indefinitely, but if I start adding more and more modifications, they're going to use more and more power, and eventually this is going to go to depletes in X amount of time, and that means that I'll only be able to fly out in space for that amount of time before it'll stop working, which is not good. So where are my capacitor rechargers? Where did they end up? Hello? There they are. Eutectic power. And we'll fit these to the active ship. So we're going to get 2 of these because, and I assume that this has something to do with the fact that this particular ship design has high power requirements. I mean, obviously it's using these 3 railguns, which I don't imagine are light on the power. but, you know. And then I need 1 MN. Okay, yeah, so that's the afterburner. That, at the cost of consuming more power, it provides you with additional speed, which is good. A fast ship is a live ship. So we'll fit that to the ship. Next, we need a damage control module. Damage control module. I just saw that. There it is. Okay. And we'll fit that to the ship. One-time small accommodation vestment. Okay. It's a module that repairs my ship for me in space. Which is good, because I obviously don't want my ship to blow up. This build is more expensive than... this build is more expensive than the build I have on my mining vessel. Because, it's a lot more expensive. I don't know what else to say. All of the parts together ended up costing me quite a bit, but I can still afford to replace it twice. So I'm not overspending here. I didn't build something that I can't afford to replace, you know, going against the advice that I've already been given. 1X prototype adaptive nanomembrane, whatever this is. I think it increases my armor. I don't know. Okay, so this is what I was talking about here, right? This depletes in 233. So what that means is that the rate that my capacitors recharge is not sufficient to sustain indefinite travel. And that's a problem. That's a problem that I'm not really sure what to do about, actually. Now that I think about it, what's using the most power? So, what does this actually do? Okay, this is increasing the recharge rate of my capacitors by 17.5%. You know what I think it is? I think it's that my skills aren't high enough, which is unfortunate. I wonder if maybe taking off one of my railguns would help. Yeah, taking off one of my railguns would probably fix the problem. The build calls for 3, right? But if I take... No, even that doesn't fix it. This build uses a lot of power. Okay. Uses a lot of power. Okay, so what else is draining power? That wasn't draining hardly any power. I could leave that on, that's fine. Where did it go? Okay, so I can leave that on. Right? Yeah, because that's not draining any power at all. So what is draining my power? The railgun, or the Gauss gun, was draining 0.5 gigajoules per second. So that's something. I took one of those off, and that gave me back the 5 gigajoules. So how much is the afterburner running me? The afterburner takes 14 gigajoules to... Jesus. So hang on, if I unfit the... Oh my god. Okay, so the afterburner uses way too much power. Now, okay, so I'm gonna leave, and I don't know that this is a particularly good idea, but for the time being, I am going to leave the afterburner off the ship. I still have the afterburner if I need it, and eventually I'm sure I will be able to use it. The problem right now, I think, is that this build, without saying anything about it, because obviously there's no notes or descriptions or anything like that, I think that this build is assuming a certain baseline of skills that I just don't have yet. So I'm going to take a look here and see. Okay, capacitor management. Okay, so capacitor management gives me a 5% bonus to the capacitor's capacity. Oh my god, that... Okay. No, that doesn't do anything. System operations. Oh, I'm already maxed out for that. See, this is, and this is one of those things, right? This is so the game is free to play, 100% free to play. You can, well, not, oh, sorry. Let me correct myself. It is not 100% free to play. It is free to play to a certain point. That is, there are certain things that you cannot do without paying the subscription fee. Now, the difference between this and many MMOs is that you can actually purchase your subscription with in-game funds, so there's not actually a barrier to you being able to get a subscription. You can actually go out and you can buy what's known as Plex, or a pilot license extension, which will allow you to get 30 days of game time without paying any real money ever. So technically you could say that it's 100% free to play. But that being said, a lot of time and energy is required to do that. So that's a concern. So I can't actually upgrade this skill anymore without upgrading to the paid level. So that's a problem. But I can upgrade this, which gives me a 5% bonus to my capacitor's capacity. It has nothing to do with the recharge time, unfortunately, which doesn't help me any. I don't know. Hang on, I'm gonna just... No, I'll do that later. For now, I think that we're going... Like, I think we're gonna be okay for the time being with just what we have now, like without the afterburner. I think we'll be okay without the afterburner, just to like get in and start playing the game, and run through those advanced military missions. I don't think that not having the afterburner is gonna kill me, so to speak. I really hope it won't. If it does, learning experience, yay! But for now, I'm gonna take some ammo, because all the guns use ammo. I need me some ammo. I'm not gonna take all of my ammo. I'm gonna take, let's see, I'm gonna take 500 rounds per railgun. And maybe that's not enough, I don't know. I haven't engaged in a whole lot of combat yet. I mean, I did the regular military missions, and there was some combat, but I did it all in my mining vessel, and I did it all without using my cannons. I didn't even have railguns on it at one point. I just had drones. Speaking of drones, I forgot to put my drone into my ship. So let's go do that. This one. Yes, one. Because it only has space for one drone. Let me just double check that and make sure that that didn't put me over my power consumption, because I don't know how much the drone uses. Ah, barely nothing. Barely anything. All right, good. So we're good to go. Let's get some missions going here. Wow, I'm already playing for 25 minutes. These episodes are going to be significantly longer than my usual content. I wanted to get something that I was going to be able to record for longer periods of time and, upload so that people who wanted longer content would have the option of longer content. If you're not interested in like super long content, obviously leave me a comment down below and I'll maybe cut back the episodes a bit. But I think it's good. I mean, I wanted to get in and play an online game and record that for my channel, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so advanced military missions. I have just the thing you want. Welcome, DragonXIII. I'm told you want to learn some of the more advanced aspects of warfare. A friend of mine has been summoned to a face-to-face meeting by a local pirate cartel who've recently been attempting to blackmail him. I want you to take my friend's place and kill these criminals. Hey, sounds like fun to me. Okay, so let's do it. And then, what we do is we undock our ship. And sorry, before, so the quote that I gave, never fly something you can't afford to replace. It's not 100% accurate. It's not word for word what I read when I was reading up online. What I read, word for word, was never undock something you can't afford to replace. Because, technically, as soon as you undock your ship, someone could be sitting outside here waiting to kill me. Now, they would be killed almost immediately afterwards because this is a high security zone, but it could happen. It's just not very likely. Alright, and now we'll warp to the location. Engage warp drive! Yeah, I mean, sure, take your time, why don't you? There we go. Now we're warping. Sometimes I like jumping into first-person view while I'm warping, just for fun. There's no reason for it, obviously. It doesn't make the game any easier or more difficult. It's just a view. Oh, okay, so I need to use this acceleration gate. There we go.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, this game really appeals to a certain type of audience. Obviously, if this game is not for you, I'm not gonna, say everyone needs to play this game right now. That's just not realistic. This game has a lot of things that are not going to appeal to a lot of people, and I forgot to actually load my railguns, which was pretty stupid of me. What is their optimal range? 15 kilometers? Awesome! Wow, that's so long. I am not used to the range being that long. On my mining vessel, the range is barely freaking 10 kilometers. Is he already dead? He's already dead! Wow, okay, so, regardless of whether or not I was able to put the, afterburner on my ship. Sorry, I lost track of my train of thought there. Whether or not I was able to put the afterburner on my ship, this ship is still a first order optimal strategy. 100% it is. It has a very low skill requirement, and it is powerful. It is a powerful ship. Like, I'm just mowing through these things. The combat, to me, is also very, very interesting. Like, it's just, I have a lot of the particle effects turned down for my recording because I don't want OBS to pitch a fit on me. But, like, it really is, like, the whole combat is very, very cool. And why am I not... Oh, because I'm too far away. I am outside my optimal range. Why are you being... Oh. Fly back into optimal range, please. Thank you very much. But yeah, it absolutely is a strategy that is designed to help new players get into the game and learn how to play the game. A person who's been playing this game for a long time and has the resources to build better ships is not going to be piloting this ship. And that's just a fact of life. They're going to have better equipment because they'll be able to afford to replace it. There are more powerful ships, there are more powerful guns, there are more powerful shields and power chargers and whatever else it is I have on my ship. I don't know what half of it does, but it works. And that's the point. That is the point with this vessel. It works, it's easy to use for a new player, and it gives a new player the opportunity to get in and enjoy the game without getting blown up every 2 minutes. And, you know, so far I've been sticking to high security space, except for the one time I kind of ventured off into low security space inadvisably and got myself destroyed. So that was my own fault, and I accept the fact that it was my own fault. So I'm not going to do that again, at least for a while. Eventually, I do plan to do some exploring in low security space, so I expect at that point that I will probably die a whole bunch. And won't that be fun to watch? Won't it be fun to watch me get blown up over and over and over again? I think that's it. Is that it? Is that the end of my mission? That's the end of my mission. I just had to destroy the pirates. Head back to base.
Warp drive active.
Yes, warp drive active. Activate that warp drive. I'm sorry if this annoys anyone. I mean, not right this minute, but I do, when I'm piloting in that third-person view, I do leave my tactical overlay on. I find it easier to see things when I have it on. Like, so this is the tactical overlay, and I can turn it off, and it shuts off a lot of the, the tooltips and stuff. Like, some of the stuff still shows up, but it turns off a lot of it. It's just that I find it easier to play the game with all that on because I can actually see the different things on my map, and, you know, maybe that's just because my eyesight's bad or whatever the case may be, but I like having the tactical view on. Come on. Turn in my mission. You know you haven't... Yes, I have. I have totally finished my current mission. See? Complete mission. Give me my money. There it is. See? I have over 6 million. I knew I had a lot of money. I mean, it's not actually a lot of money. Another thing that this game handles really well is the in-game economy. Now, I may get some hate for things that I'm about to say because I don't know how every single person feels about the in-game economy of EVE Online, but it is a very sound game design mechanic. And the reason that it is a sound game design mechanic is because... I'm not going to take that mission yet because I'm talking about this here for a minute. It's a sound game mechanic because the in-game currency ISK is directly tied to the real money currency Plex. So as I explained, Plex is the pilot license extension. This is your 30-day subscription to the game. If you have one Plex, you can activate 30 days of in-game premium time. And the in-game ISK is directly tied to the Plex. So the estimated market price, 1,085,000,000 ISK, equals 1 Plex. By tying the ISK directly to the Plex, you are giving it actual value. It doesn't completely insulate your economy against hyperinflation, but it does help. Like, it creates a buffer. You know what your ISK is worth, so it will always have value. You're never going to achieve a state where your money has absolutely no value anymore. Now, this is just an estimated price. The last time I actually looked at the in-game marketplace, the price for Plex was actually hovering around 1.2 billion, I think. Where is it? Boosters? I don't actually remember what. Pilot's license. Pilot services. There we go. 30-day pilot's license extension. Yeah, see, hovering right around 1.2 billion. So that's pretty well the exchange rate. You know, 1.2 billion ISK equals 1 Plex equals, I think the cost is $15 a month. It's just, you know, fairly standard for an MMO, $15 a month subscription charge. Fairly good. The game seems to me like it's worth it. I can't afford it myself. Although, you know, maybe I can do it if I get some support on my Patreon account. I'd be able to purchase an in-game subscription, and then that would make for more interesting and diverse content because I'd have access to more skills and more ships in order to, you know, showcase different things every week. But for the time being, I'm just going to play it on the free account. Maybe I earn myself enough ISK to buy Plex. Hey, wouldn't that be cool? I don't know how I'm going to do that, though, because I'm not that savvy at the game yet. Okay. This site contains special ship restrictions. Do I have to? Oh, no. It just requires the ship type frigate. You may use your incursus. Okay, yeah, good. So I don't have to use... You're lying to me! You're lying to me! I don't have to use the ship you're giving me. Wait, what is it that I'm doing? Oh yeah, fly the ship. Once the explosive charges inside have been set off, your assignment will be complete. Okay, so I have to go to the pirate base, and that's it. One or more mission object... Oh, I have... Clicking complete the mission before I've even started the mission. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good at this game, guys. I'm the best. I'm the best at this game. Alright. Check out my pro EVE Online skills, everybody. Oh, I'm terrible. Okay. Now, again, we're just gonna warp to the location.
Warp drive active.
I'm actually quite impressed with how powerful the ship is, as it is, because, you know, as I say, the design that I was sent had the afterburner on it, which would allow me to get a speed boost. but I can't fit. I obviously couldn't fit everything on my ship, so that's an unfortunate fact of not having the skills necessary, because I think that's what it is. I think that, and maybe someone can correct me. I don't want to jump into the chat right now, but someone can correct me, but I think that I can't run the ship with all of the pieces because my capacitor system's operation isn't high enough. If I had, probably, even if I had even one more level, if it was even level 4, I might have been able to get all of the pieces onto the ship. I have no way of knowing if that's the case. And the ship didn't have enough slots for me to put in another one of those battery rechargers thingies. Okay, that's a base. I don't know if I like the look of that, but fine. Let's go! These guys don't stand a chance. They don't know it yet, but they already blown up. And they ain't even clones. That's the interesting thing, right? Is the players, that is me and anyone else who's playing this game, the characters in the game are what are called capsuleers, and they're all clones. They're all clones who have the consciousness of the individual transplanted into them at the moment of death. So if I get blown up, my consciousness is instantly transferred from my capsule to a clone that I already have back at my hangar. And then I just wake up and I'm like, oh my god, I just got blown up. Wait a minute. Fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. This is where the afterburner would come in handy, because it would speed up this whole traveling across space to engage my enemies. But whatever. We're doing what we're doing. We're gonna blow these guys up. But just talking about that for a minute, not the game itself, but my channel. I have a bunch of great ideas for things that I can do with my channel, and things that I want to do for my channel, and for people like you who are watching right now. Lots of stuff that I want to be able to bring you guys, higher quality, more diverse content, and I just need to get to a place where I can provide that. And that's the whole reason behind the Patreon account. I want you guys to join me and help me create something that's really, really great. So one of the things that I want to do with that is host online gaming live streams where, I jump onto a game of your choice and play the game live on stream with, however many other people can fit into a game server. And there are lots of games that we could do that with. I mean, just because I didn't choose, just because I didn't choose Overwatch or League of Legends or whatever else for this series, doesn't mean that I couldn't play those games. I haven't. I haven't played Overwatch. I've played League of Legends. But, doesn't mean I'm going to be any good at them. So, if you want the chance to beat me up at Overwatch, check out my Patreon, and we'll make it happen. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that I want to do. I want to be able to bring out, higher quality, more diverse content that's really going to appeal to people on a much more, on a much bigger scale. And as it is right now, I can't devote 100% of my time to my YouTube channel, which is eventually where I want to be. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Is there anything else that I need to do here? I destroyed them all, right? There are no more guys. Where's my overlay? This is why I keep my overlay turned on, because I can actually see things. I don't see any other enemies. I'm supposed to stay here until the bombs go off, but what does that even mean? Am I there yet?
You cannot warp there because natural phenomena are disrupting the ship.
Natural phenomena are disrupting the ship. Okie dokie. Orbit? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this mission isn't ending. But it's just like, go here and stay there until the thing blows up. It didn't say that I had to deliver the bombs myself, right? What was that? What did I just get money for? Was that for my bounties? That may have been for bounties. When you hunt down like pirates and stuff in the game, you actually get bounties for everyone that you kill, and that's, you know, one of the ways that people actually make the ISK in the game. The other way that people make ISK, so players can actually become criminals. Part of why I was saying earlier that, you know, I could very well fly right out of my hangar and be destroyed by a PvPer sitting right outside. The reason I said that they would be destroyed almost immediately is because there are police NPCs, and in high security areas like the one that I'm in, see this is a 0.9, that's 0.9 out of 1. So 1 is the highest security rating and this one is a 0.9, so that's still high security. And so that means that there are police NPCs all over the place within this sector. And if people take aggressive actions against neutral units, that is, if someone came up and just randomly attacked me without provocation, not only will they be attacked by those police NPCs, they actually get a criminal rating. And I could put a bounty on them, which is kind of weird. I don't actually see the need for that personally, but whatever. The bounties, what happens is, I guess, you put a bounty on a person, and then the next player who kills that person collects that person's bounty from you. Like, you've already paid the money, and then the money just goes to them for carrying it out. What is going on here? Do I actually have to attack this thing? It's... I mean, I can attack it, apparently, but I'm not really doing anything to it. What am I supposed to be doing here? Okay, we've discovered the headquarters of the pirate group you dispatched in your last mission. It's time to take them out for good. I'm going to give you a frigate, loaded with proximity-based explosive charges, and your job is to fly it directly into their headquarters. As your frigate explodes, you'll be perfectly safe inside your capsule. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So I do have to use it. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's annoying.
Warp drive active.
Kinda don't want to finish these missions now, but I wonder if I could have just stayed there and destroyed the thing with my freaking Gauss cannons. That would have taken forever, though. That would have taken more time than flying back to base, picking up the ship that they gave me, and going back out there to blow the mother up.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, I'm not gonna bother fitting the ship out then. That's stupid. I'm not putting anything on it. I just hope I don't get blown up along the way. Right. So you gave me the Atron? I wonder, could I just take this crappy little Velator? Do I have to actually manually load it with explosives myself? Like, is that an item that they gave me? I have too many items. I've got to figure out what to do with all my items, but I just don't know. I just don't know enough about the game to know what to do with all of this stuff yet. Okay, so obviously that's not it. Alright, what ship did you give me? Alright, you gave me the 1x Atron. Alright, 1x Atron. Assemble ship. Make that my active ship. I'd really rather be using my Incursus, although that's... Oh, wait, no. I was gonna say, that's kind of cool looking, and then I saw how lopsided it is. That's really weird looking, actually. I don't know if I like that. I'm glad I'm gonna ram you into a freaking space station. Now, I don't know, because parts of this game, the dead space locations, like I was just in for doing that mission, are sort of like instanced dungeons in other games. So like in WoW, you go into an instance dungeon and it like loads a whole separate area and only you can get in, or only you and your party can get in, things like that. I'm pretty sure that these dead space locations are Eve's equivalent to those instance spaces. So what I don't know is, when I warp back in there, are the enemies that I already killed going to respawn? Because that would suck, since I don't have any weapons on this ship.
Active.
I don't have anything on this ship, actually. Oh no, they're still wrecked. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's cool. Alright, so now what do? Do I just ram it? I just ram it? Let's go to first person view and watch me ram into this space station. And then I think that'd probably be a good place to end this episode. Ramming my spaceship into this space station, blowing up in a spectacular blaze of glory. So while we're waiting, as my ship draws inexorably closer to the space station, and closer and closer, eventually we'll collide and explode in a shower of sparks that shouldn't exist in space. But anyway, I really want to thank everyone for watching. Please, if you have the time, take the chance to have a look at my new Patreon page. Even if you can't pledge anything yourself, share the page with your friends. Getting this in front of as many people as possible is just as important as the individual pledges themselves. If you can donate something, that'd be great. You'll have the opportunity to become one of my official patrons and get access to all kinds of behind the scenes content that I'm preparing, and all the other rewards that I have planned for the future will only be achievable with your help. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and let's enjoy this beautiful explosion. Wouldn't that be awfully anticlimactic if I'm wrong about this and it doesn't explode and I just, like, spent all this time flying into this space station for no reason? I mean, not for no reason, but I think this is what's gonna happen. I think we're gonna crash. Yep. We're gonna crash and explode, and it also exploded. Again, I'm sorry, I don't have all the particle effects turned on, so we don't necessarily get the full effect. But that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Before I play the next episode of this, I'll run some more tests and see if I can tweak some more settings and maybe get the particle effects and stuff turned back on so that maybe we can enjoy some more explosions and things like that. Once again, really do want to thank everyone for watching, and as always, we'll see you again next time.